We're back. This time we're going to be taking a look at the Balance of Terror OP event and the stuff that you got for it, as well as the scenario and the prizes. I'm going to start right off here with the resource card that you get as a participation prize just for going. This time it's Sabotage, and we'll get right in and take a look. These newer resource cards, instead of giving you both the card that represents the little iconography here and the resource, they do it on the back side. It's kind of more convenient to have both. Much easier to keep track of having just one. So this time around we have Sabotage. It's 5 points. The card explains the rules for the Sabotage resource and serves as a reference to remind players of its effect. At the start of the game you place 5 mission tokens on top of this card. Once per round, one of your ships may do one of the following. 1. When attacking, you can spend a mission token from this card to force the defending ship to re-roll up to 2 dice of your choice. Or 2. When attacking, you can spend 1 mission token from this card to force defending ship to roll 1 less defense die. Or 3. When defending, spend a mission token from this card to force attacking ship to re-roll up to 2 dice of your choice. Or 4. When defending, spend 1 mission token from this card to force the attacking ship to roll 1 less attack die. When there are no more mission tokens left on this card, remove it from the game. It's an interesting resource. I like the fact that it's reusable up to 5 times. Having a little bit of variety on what you can use it on with the 4 different options there. There's really 2 sets of 2. There's better resources out there, I think, but with a lot of them getting cycled out, things like this always have a chance of seeing some use, and it definitely has its uses there. Being able to adjust die rolls for or against you are definitely a nice thing to have. So for the scenario this time around, there's really not anything to show. They've kind of skimped out on the scenario components as of late. The scenario itself was kind of interesting. You're in the neutral zone. You have a conflict with these other faction that you run into, and it's basically another death battle, so nothing too spectacular there. So each fleet gets a elite talent, crew, weapon, or tech upgrade that costs exactly 3 points, and it's put face down under the ship card that it's on. It has to be something that that ship can take, and it has to be something of the same faction as that ship. You get those for free, and at any point during the game you can flip them over and use them, and then from that point on you get to keep them. If when you flip that over and reveal it, it is not something that that ship could take or not the same faction, it'll actually destroy the ship that it's on. So make sure that you put things on the right stuff when you're setting up for the game. Now in addition to that, each of your captain cards is going to get a number of mission tokens put on his card equal to his SP cost. Throughout the course of the game, once per turn, you can spend one of those tokens to attempt to guess the maneuver and speed of an opposing ship. If you guess correctly, the ship that you were guessing on can't use any of its upgrades this turn. None of their abilities and other secondary weapons. It can't take any free actions this turn. They can still perform an action from their action bar as normal, and they can still attack with their primary weapon as normal, but that's pretty much it. Each time you guess correctly, you take the token and you put it aside, and you use that token later on. You get 10 fleet points per token that's set aside in that way. Now if you guess incorrectly on both accounts, you're going to get an auxiliary power token on the ship whose captain was doing the guess. So you got to keep that in mind as well. But if you manage to get at least the maneuver correct or the speed correct, then there's no penalty. So you want to try to get at least one of your guesses correct. Both gives you the benefit. At least having one gives you no negatives. If you get those tokens to the side, like I said, they're worth plus 10 fleet points per token. So it's worth the effort to take those guesses. Just make sure that you at least have some idea of what your opponent's going to do. Otherwise, you're going to be getting those auxiliary power tokens, which you don't want. And just as with other games, the battle will go till time or until one fleet is destroyed. Total up the fleet points to figure out who the winner is. Not a whole lot to it, but definitely something interesting and different. I like the different scenarios they have. I just wish there was more scenery in the more recent ones. If you manage to win the Void OP event, your prize is going to be the USS Intrepid here. Did a video on this ship already, so if you're interested to see more about that, you can take a look at that video. And that's pretty much it. We will see you in the next video.